Yo, check. Mic check 212. What's up, y'all? Your boy BTNY once again with a overdue and long-awaited discussion, which I'm not gonna try to take up too much time because this was a trending topic a couple weeks ago, and I made a YouTube short saying I would probably discuss it a little bit further, but now that it's been a couple weeks now, I think I'm not gonna linger on it a lot. But it's the whole streaming is harder than a 9 to 5, right? And they're to me they're just I don't we gonna talk about it, bro. So comment, rate, and subscribe. Get a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. And like I said, I'm not gonna hang on the topic for way too long. But what is my opinion on it? I know a lot of people have given their opinion on it, whether they're just trolling or not. A lot of top streamers are giving their opinion on it. And it was just one big streamer who was like, "Oh yeah, streaming is way easier than a 9 to 5. No wait, streaming is harder than a 9 to 5." And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't think so, bro. Hold on. Alright, so check it out, man. Here's my thing. There are both aspects of a 9 to 5 and streaming that ain't easy, right? But in a general sense, both of them ain't hard. Both of them is not easy either. And I think people don't get the takeaways from it, right? Now, a lot of top streamers are gonna say, "Oh man, this is difficult. It's hard. It's hard when you have a huge audience. When you're to that point where you have hundreds of thousands of followers, and you're doing everything in your power to please them, right? You're doing from long ass streams, marathons, playing certain games that you may not want to play, but your audience wants you to play. Trying to meet expectations that is going to burn you out, and it's going to, push you to your mental limit, right? And in a sense, I believe the person in general, as in the streamer, is at fault because they put themselves in that predicament, right? Because when you're starting out, you're trying to gain an audience, which is not going to be easy because, say for example, starting up a restaurant or starting up a small business, you got to be on the grind almost every day in order to achieve, followers, subscribers, trying to get people to come back and watch your content. That's a grind, being on the grind, right? So in that regards, yeah, streaming is difficult. But if you're doing it to me, in my case, you're doing it for fun, streaming is not hard. It's not hard to sit down, cut on my Xbox, get my software booted up, and once I hit live, I just do what I do. I ain't stressing about how many people watch me. I ain't stressing about what games I'm playing or what content that I watch. Unless, it falls on a TOS, and I ain't stressing about that, man. I'm just having a good time. And here's the other thing. I can set my own schedule, right? Meaning that if I about to call it, I ain't gotta sit here and wait the clock out. I can just be like, "Alright, audience, alright, chat. That's gonna do for me. Y'all take care." Boom. I ain't gotta wait around 8 hours or stream for 8 hours or do this to do that for 8 hours, which I kind of do because I actually have a 9 to 5 and I try streaming too, right? And me, I haven't been streaming for a long time. I've been streaming for a couple months now, right? Now, as content creation overall, I've been doing it over a decade because, I had my YouTube for over 10 years. And I understand when you have a large audience and I don't have a large audience, but a lot of my videos back in the day have gotten a good bit of views, and I think about a little over 1 million views overall on my channel. I mean, and I'm not saying I'm not a big creator either, but in a sense, I don't really think streaming is in general hard to turn on the camera and just start talking. A lot of people do that in general sense, and it also is how you manage your streams. To me, if I had a large audience, I and myself would make my audience clear, hey, this is how things go. Um, this is the content I make, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna be like other people. I gotta draw the line somewhere. And if you ain't rocking with that, you're not obligated to stay. You can go. I appreciate you coming, but you gotta you gotta be on par with your audience. I'm not saying get to meet them on a personal level, but y'all gotta have a meaningful connection, right? 9 to 5, right? I can tell you why some people say 9 to 5 is way easier than streaming, and there are different aspects of having a 9 to 5 job or whatever time you go in. That ain't hard. I mean, you go in. There's simple jobs like dishwashing. I mean, that's just simple basic shit, right? And then for a little over minimum wage or whatever, there are jobs that you just sit down and just type at a desk or something like that. It ain't difficult. But they're hard. But if you're going into a company or organization or whatever that is more physically demanding, that's when you're looking for more money, there are people out there who are looking for strong-minded people, people with physical and mental capabilities, people who know how to be on time, people who know what they're supposed to be doing, people who are more productive. That's when jobs get more difficult. And these more difficult jobs are to help people um, out worldwide make their lives easier. Those people who are making sure websites are up to date, people are making sure your electricity connection is still there, people who make sure your internet doesn't go out. You gotta thank those people for that. Making sure your toilet don't get clogged up from eating so much. Making sure the trash don't get too crazy around the world. I mean, there's just a bunch of jobs that I wouldn't take, bro. They're just jobs that people just didn't want to do, but people gotta thank these people because hey, they're making your life easier. But yeah, y'all want to complain about hearing about this and that. And I will say, there's one aspect of why people think that 9 to 5 is easier, and it's because there are people in this generation that come to work and don't do shit. Look, in my 11, 12, almost 11 years of working 9 to 5, or I should say 10 to 7, all around the clock, I've seen people come to work, clock in, and don't do shit, bro. They get on their phone, they get on TikTok, they do this, do that, and then have the nerve to run their mouth like I got a problem. I got a problem, all right. I'm doing your goddamn work. You over there just shitting around. What the fuck are you doing, bro? If you don't get your raggedy ass, bro, like, yeah, people really come to work and try to get a free check. And look, I want to sit down and not do shit because, hey, if you gonna come to work, not do nothing, and still get paid, then I'm gonna do the same thing. And that is why some people are saying the 9 to 5 it ain't hard, because it is true. People do come to work and bullshit around. Now, there's repercussions of that. If they keep doing it on an organization who ain't gonna play that mess, then you're out of a job. Here's another thing. I gotta be on time. When you stream, you can stream at any time or any day. Me, when I go to work, I gotta be there at a certain time. Now, there are freelancing jobs that don't require you to be, on a time frame. You're on a time frame, but you don't have to clock in or out at a certain time. But there are certain jobs, business jobs, I gotta be there at 4, 5, 1, 2, maybe 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. Hey, and then I gotta be there for 8 hours. And if I clock out, I don't get paid. Unless I got time to cover that. I don't get paid on that. Well, I don't have time to cover it. I got to be there for the full 8 hours. If you're streaming, you ain't got to be there for 8 hours. You can stream for like 1 or 2 hours or however you want to stream. You clock out whenever you want to clock out. I can't do that unless I actually have coverage. But I gotta be there the whole damn 8 hours. I don't know what y'all complaining about. Y'all think that's difficult? Y'all think streaming is difficult? Nah, bro. Come on. But I will tell you this, man. When you get to a point where you try to maintain your audience, bro, it's gonna cause a certain amount of burnout, and that's gonna be mentally taxing on a person. And then y'all gotta worry about ad revenue, right? Because remember, if that money ain't coming in, you ain't get no good ads. Like what's going on right now with Twitch, the adpocalypse. Y'all either gonna have to go to Patreon or open an OnlyFans or something like that, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta flip that bread somehow. But guess what? I got a 9 to 5, meaning that if my streaming career don't work out the way it don't work out, I got money coming in somehow, and I'll work for it. I slave 8 hours a night doing this and doing that, but at the end of the day, or I should say, in 2 weeks, a week or 2 weeks, whenever I get paid, I got money coming in. My bills are paid. To me, streaming is going to be more of a secondary hobby or job or whatnot, or will be once I actually start getting enough followers and stuff and I getting paid. But to me, and you know what, that's going to be probably a whole nother video entitled streamers. I might save that topic for another time, because I think the same guy who talked about making 10 racks a day going down to 2 racks. Bro, what are you complaining about? There's people that don't see that every fucking week, or every 2 weeks, or maybe even a month. You complaining about not making 10K a day? You complaining about making 2K a day off of ad revenue? Man, boy, I'll be out every freaking day. They stunting on them haters. You ain't got it like me. I can make 2K a day by just doing nothing. Just streaming. Bro, what is you going on about? Oh boy, who's this now? Nobody important. So check it, man. If we're gonna talk about entitled streamers, I think there are a lot of them. There's people that are grateful for what they've got, what they've gotten and is given. I don't have people donating to me, but hey, I don't mind. I don't care, because look, just y'all coming and watching my stream is good enough for me. And in that regards, I appreciate each follower. Hopefully they're not bots, but each follower, each person that's coming out and just watching my stream saying, hey, do a good job. Hey, y'all like your content. Man, I'm gonna give you a follow. That's good enough for me. Like, people are not obligated to give you money. It is more of a privilege, right? These people, honestly, even if they give, even if these people give me like just $1, I'd be more than grateful enough to that. And there are people that are just complaining by just getting money without even really doing much. But anyway, I mean, I can talk about this all day, but I'm gonna cut it because this video is getting way too long. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Get a thumbs up. Your boy BTNY. If you think there's anything I did not touch on in this video, please leave a comment down there. I really do appreciate it. And take care. Thank you.